Hello, dear Sangha, and welcome to this meditation. This meditation is going to tackle two different things. One is acceptance, and the other is resistance. We're going to use the classic Buddhist parable of the two arrows to help us build radical acceptance, dissolve self-criticism, and separate unavoidable pain from optional suffering. Let's begin our meditation by just finding a comfortable posture in which you can be alert yet relaxed. Whether you're sitting in a chair or on a cushion, just make sure that your back is straight but not tense. Let your hands rest easily in your lap. If it feels comfortable for you, then I invite you to close your eyes. And if closing your eyes is just not a comfortable thing for you, then just soften your gaze and look down toward the floor during the meditation. Now take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your lungs completely. At the top of the breath, just hold there, just pause for a slight moment. And then exhale slowly through your mouth, letting your shoulders drop away from your ears. Let's just do this for a few more times. Take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your lungs completely. Pausing very slightly at the top of the breath. And then exhaling slowly through your mouth, letting your shoulders drop and the rest of your body relax. Bring your awareness to the present moment. Notice the weight of your body pressing against your seat. Feel the contact points of your feet on the ground. For the next few moments, you have nowhere else to go and nothing else to fix. Just try to inhabit your body exactly as it is right now. In life, we're hit by what the Buddha called the first arrow. This arrow represents unavoidable reality. It is physical pain, a sudden illness, an unexpected loss, a mistake, or even a difficult conversation. Think of a recent minor discomfort or frustration that you have experienced this week. It shouldn't be the most traumatic event in your life, just a moment where something went wrong or felt unpleasant. As you bring to mind the situation, Notice the raw data of the experience. What does the physical sensation feel like? Is it a tightening in your chest? A knot in your stomach? A heat in your face? This raw sensation is the first arrow. It is painful, but it is an inevitable part of being human. Meet this initial sensation with a simple acknowledgement, like, this is what is happening right now. Now we're going to identify the second arrow. Notice what your mind did immediately after the first arrow struck. Our human habit is to instantly shoot ourselves with a second arrow. This second arrow is our mental reaction to the pain. It is the storyline we build around the event. It may sound like, why does this always happen to me? I shouldn't feel this way. I'm a failure for making that mistake. The situation is going to ruin everything. Look closely at your own thoughts. See the anger, the self-blame, the worry, or even just the replay loops. Recognize that while the first arrow caused the initial pain, this second arrow is what creates your prolonged suffering. The second arrow tightens the body and traps you in a cycle of resistance. Let's just pause for a moment and think about what storyline we build around our events. Now imagine your mind gently setting down the bow. You don't need to fight, deny, or fix the reality of the first arrow. If you notice a second arrow of judgment or frustration flying around you, intercept it with radical kindness. Shift your focus away from the mental story and drop your awareness back into your physical body. Breathe directly into the physical sensation of that original discomfort. As you inhale, imagine making space around the tightness. As you exhale, soften the muscle around the pain. Let's just do this for a little while. Breathing directly into the physical sensation of the original discomfort. As you inhale, imagine making space around the tightness. As you exhale, soften the muscle around the pain. And then offer yourself these words of acceptance. The pain is already here. Let me feel it cleanly. The pain is already here. Let me feel it cleanly. The pain is already here. Let me feel it cleanly. This is a moment of difficulty, but I don't need to make it heavier. This is a moment of difficulty, but I don't need to make it heavier. This is a moment of difficulty, but I don't need to make it heavier. I am letting go of the story. I am letting go of the story. I am letting go of the story. Allow the raw experience to rest in your awareness without analyzing it. Let the waves of frustration or sadness rise, peak, and break on their own without feeding them any new thoughts. Let's just sit for a while for the raw experience, resting in our awareness without analyzing it. As we rest here for a few moments in the quiet space, we'll notice that things open up when we stop fighting reality. Notice that while the discomfort may still be present, the heavy weight of suffering begins to lift. You are learning to respond with wisdom rather than reacting with fear. Again, let's just rest here for a few breaths in this quiet space. Take one more deep, stabilizing breath. Feel the air revitalize your mind and body. When you're ready, slowly wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently open your eyes and return your awareness back to the room. Try to carry this awareness into the rest of your day. The first arrows will come, but the second arrow is always your choice. Thank you for joining for this meditation on acceptance versus resistance using the parable of the second arrow. If you or a loved one is suffering from a substance use disorder or any process addictions, I invite you to check out Recovery Dharma at recoverydharma.org. Again, thank you for joining for this meditation, and I wish you a day in which you just be very gentle and accepting of whatever comes your way. I wish you much happiness and much peace today.